one, and go.
Welcome back to the TasteBuds Podcast. As always, it's Drew, aka Big Red Belly,
And Kenneth, also known as Infinite K. Today we don't
and
have
we.
Ben,
Oh, yeah, you got it.
aka Sauce, with us. He is on vacation. So it's just gonna be a two-man for today. We'll
A
just
little two-man weave.
yeah, we'll just cover up some small things that happened over the past few weeks or the past week. And yeah, you want to get us started?
Yeah, we'll just jump right into it. Obviously, there's been a little. We're gonna save all the big topics for when Ben gets back. Don't want him missing out on anything. But we're gonna talk about the little in-between stuff just to get some content out for you guys. And one of those little things is the Green Bay Packers put in a bid to NFL ownership to ban the tush push. Kenneth, what do you think about that?
I think if you ban the tush push, then you just ban a QB sneak, which and people pushing each other, which happens when whether you gain forward progress or you lose progress. People push each other. That's the sport of the game. That's the sport is you have to push people, and I feel like it's stupid if you ban it.
Obviously, I'm biased as an Eagles fan, but speaking as unbiasedly as I can, it's not like it's the most broken play ever. We see it get stopped many of times. It just happens that the Eagles have the perfect personnel to run it and the timing, everything set up. So obviously we're the best at it. But you saw the Bills get stopped. You saw Green Bay try to run it. You saw a lot of these, like the Ravens would run it with Mark Andrews, and it would get stopped. It's not a broken play. If you build a perfect roster around it, like one of the best O lines and a super strong quarterback, then it can be as effective as the Eagles. But it's not just some end all be all play that breaks the game of football.
It
And I
was
would
at some
understand if
point.
your argument. Yeah, I would understand your argument if you were arguing injuries. Zero players got injured on the tush push last year.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's not injuries. It's just the Green Bay ownership being soft, and I do feel bad for Green Bay fans because I saw a bunch of them getting hate. Like, isn't this your team that's trying to ban a play of a team that beat you in the playoffs? And we only ran it once in the Super Bowl. It's not like we're
Yeah.
spamming it. But yeah, that's obviously my 2 cents on it. And speaking of the Bills running the tush push and quote unquote getting stopped, which they didn't,
Yeah.
the NFL is implementing new technology so where they can perfectly track the placement of the ball.
Yeah. It's the.
Kenneth, I think this is a great thing. Do you have any thoughts on this? Because I think it's a great thing.
I think it should have been a thing a long time ago. Because how can how can soccer for our English listeners, football, um,
Yeah.
they've had VAR for like years, and that's people in a booth that it's not even like they have a special camera like they do now, but they have a bunch of people in a studio preparing, talking with the refs, and they plan it and they figure it out if it's offsides or not and whatnot, or if it's a goal or not,
Offside, it's a
like
goal. Yeah, I
that.
mean,
Like,
and
like
the baseball's
instantly.
implementing it.
Baseball's got ABS system.
It. I mean, every sport is genuinely
Oh
except
yeah.
for football,
The
which
only
is
one that
almost
you
the most profitable.
realistically can't is basketball, cuz
I mean, yeah, there's not really a reason. I mean,
yeah,
you have replays, but tennis has had this for how long?
like many of years.
Yeah,
100.
tennis has
Yeah.
had this. So
Yeah.
if you challenge it, they'll have it with you in a matter of 30 seconds, where you
Not
get a little
even.
replay. Yeah, it's just
Like
challenge.
they
Okay, check the big jumbotron. Nope, it's out. Nope, it's
Yep.
in.
Yep.
And
They
I
should have
hear
had
some
it.
people talking about maybe faulty technology and how that could affect. They're not getting rid of the chain gain, right?
What? Oh
They're not
yeah,
getting rid
yeah.
of the chain gain.
It's the
Yeah,
backup
they'll still
just in
be there in case
case.
it messes up.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I like
I
that
love
the
how they
chain
still do
gang is
chain
still
gang.
there. Yeah, I like it
Exactly.
as a
I mean, it's
backup.
just a staple of football.
Yeah,
Is seeing them move the chains. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's like we got a first down. You see the guys running. You're like, hell yeah, we can reset. We're good.
and
But yeah, I
especially
think it's
for
a
like
great
the
thing.
people on the field, like they know where to go for a first down and whatnot. You
Yeah,
know?
I think it's great. I think it's a good step finally towards a better product and less ambiguity and
Yeah,
who's here to win. Like obviously the Bills. Speaking actually, I get this isn't on there, but some people say the Bills constantly get coddled or Josh Allen as they've changed the overtime rules because of him. They're doing this kind of because of his team. Do you
yeah.
want to talk about that at all? I think it's stupid. I think
I
these are good changes. I just some stupid Twitter brain dead idiots are saying that.
I think it's just a coincidence in the timing. You know, like
Yeah.
it was in talks before the
It's needed stuff.
yeah,
Yes.
it was in talks before the game, and it rose even more because of the game. You know, like I
Mhm.
feel like it was gonna happen no matter what. Especially with like injuries for the chain gang too. I feel like
Yeah,
they,
that was
you
they
know,
they are getting their legs broken much more than I think,
yeah,
or much more than I thought happened because yeah, they are taking a 200 guy flying full speed at his knees.
oh yeah,
Chain gang, dangerous job, but
we
we
love
like to
them.
see you guys out there. We love the chain gang. Yeah, that's all I got on.
Shout out to the people
What the,
that are watching that are in a chain gang.
I mean, hey, there's high school chain gangs. There's anything.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. But yeah, that's all I got on that. And other news around the NFL. The NFLPA report card for NFL ownership grades dropped, I think, 2 days ago, and some surprising stuff, some unsurprising stuff. I'm not going to go down the whole thing, but I'll go down some notable things. The Dolphins have the best grades in the entire NFL.
Yup.
The only things that they didn't grade A plus on and just A was treatment of families, which they had the highest. Training room was A and training staff was an A. Everything else A plus,
Vikings had the
including head coach.
highest of families.
What's up?
Vikings had the highest treatment of families at an A
Did they have A
plus.
plus?
Yeah,
There you go. There you go.
it's training room they had the highest, and training staff they had the highest at A's.
But yeah, overall Miami ranked the highest, and
Yeah.
I guess that's why people like Tyreek Hill would change their mind on wanting to stay there,
Uh huh.
and why Miami will always be at least some type of a positive free agency destination because you got to live in Miami, and also you have one of the best run just organizations overall for the players. Some other things: the Falcons got second place.
Yep.
Obviously, I wish we were able to consult our resident Falcons fan, but yeah, I mean, head coach A plus. I know Ben has some reservations on the head coach, but the players love him. The only thing they scored lower than a B plus on was training room, which was a B, which is fine. Everything else super high. I mean, it's always cool to see when you get an insight on your players on what they think of the head coach and what they think of the ownership, etc. And yeah, I mean they rated the Falcons rated the ownership as an A plus.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome.
The other
Some
A
other just
plus
notable. Oh, what's
ownership,
up?
the other A plus ownership is the Vikings at an A plus.
And Miami.
Miami, Vikings, and Falcons at the top three.
I mean that's sick.
Same
As
with.
for
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna move on to another team. You say
Ah, the Vikings. I'm pretty sure they're second because I see more B's on the Falcons than the Vikings. Or I
it's
see a.
actually it's graded differently to where some of the things are more
Oh
percentages
yeah,
are
yeah.
like so some like treatment of families and like locker room are graded differently than head coach and ownership.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, so overall,
Miami's one, and though you see the Vikings have a lot of like great scores overall, the Falcons they grade out with like the more important stuff higher.
Uh-huh.
Like team travels B, and then B plus, and then training rooms a B for the Falcons. That hurts them less than the Vikings having different higher scores in different places. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, but one one team that scored really really bad on some interesting places are the Bengals' treatment of family on
Oh
an
yeah.
F minus. Do you know why they have an F minus, Kenneth?
Um no.
They are the only team in the entire NFL that does not provide family daycare or family care during games on Sundays.
Wow. And
That
they've
is
been
so
F
so
minus
just
for the past 3 years.
they suck. They suck. They I mean the ownership spends so little. The ownership got a C. That's the almost lowest thing you can get.
Hmm.
Like they have so many other A's, but just dining food area F, treatment of families F minus. It's pretty bad. Like that's sad.
Yeah.
And that brings them down to 25th. But yeah, that sucks. I see the Browns. You want to talk about your Browns? They have some. They don't have a lot of good scores.
We don't, but we
You have the lowest. You have the lowest head coach. You have an awful locker room. Not great treatment of families.
we
Not great training room.
we have tied for
Team
the
travels
lowest
bad.
coach. We have tied for the lowest
Oh, okay,
coach.
yeah, that's not good.
It's tied with Jacksonville and Chicago, which
Yeah,
is not great
which
competition.
two of those coaches were fired, Kenneth. That's Doug
Exactly.
Peterson and Eberflus.
Oh yeah.
Those were the ones they're not coaching Duval. They're not grading
Duval.
him yet.
That's true.
They're grading Doug Peterson, who sucks.
I
I'm
know
shocked.
our
I like Stefanski.
Stefanski's a good coach. It's just
He is.
he's just
He is.
not making the right decisions. You know?
I mean, I think, and I genuinely do think that there's some ownership in his ear.
Yeah.
The GM and ownership made this move for Deshaun, and obviously that's why probably they're the most upset with him,
Oh, that was
because
ownership,
Deshaun's
100%.
quarterback situation keeps him from contending at all. I don't think that's all on him. I think that's some of the ownership, and of course the GM. That has to be.
Uh-huh.
Like, and
Because
I
they
don't know.
said
I think I
that,
like.
because the owner literally said that we want an older guy. We want someone that's more mature or old
They're so stupid.
instead of
It's so
Baker.
sad.
When literally NFL, you need a young guy, a young quarterback to produce and get through your fucking career. You know, just get through it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you gotta go through ups and downs to get on top. You know, it's not gonna happen in like 2 seasons, and especially Baker Mayfield literally played with a hurt non-throwing shoulder the whole year, and not even like it's not even like ownership and head coach. The fans were hating on Baker for playing awful. I'm like,
It's upsetting.
dude literally
It's
brought
sad.
us to a playoff, won a playoff game, destroyed a rival.
And he's
And
just
that
the embodiment the Browns should want to be. Just a
exactly,
fire, like gritty, like love, like football guy team.
exactly.
Ugh. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I hope we get like, I, I don't know. I don't even know who will help
We're gonna talk
us.
about it more. But
Yeah,
did you hear what Adam Schefter said?
that anybody would be good. That this is like the
He
deepest
said
class of all time.
he said if he's taking one thing away from his weekend, just around ownership, he said he feels the Browns will take a quarterback.
Oh yeah, I feel like we should, especially with the news of Abdul Carter, of him having a stress fracture in his foot,
Yeah, Abdul
and
Carter's
especially
about to
with
drop 30.
I feel like I think we could get like. I know you probably don't want Miles Garrett to end up in your division and not end up on the Eagles, but I feel like we can get Terry McLaurin for Miles Garrett and a few
Do you want
first.
that? How does that help you?
Wide receivers. We have Jerry
I
Jeudy, and
understand.
that's it. We have Cedric Tillman,
I
but
think
he's decent. I don't even know who we need. We need D line help,
you need to
obviously.
reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, I don't. A lot of Browns fans I've seen say, "One second, wait, a sneeze is coming." Nope,
Oh,
no, it's not
oh.
that bad. Okay, no, damn it, it went away. No, but I've seen a lot of Browns fans say that you guys are a quarterback away from contending.
Honestly,
I don't,
we
I
kind
don't think
of
you are.
we're
I
close.
don't think you are.
We would
I
need
think you
more
guys are worse than you
pieces.
think.
We
I
would
don't think you're good on corner. I
we're
think you. I
decent
don't
on
think. I think you
corner.
have. I think you have one good corner. I think your D line minus Miles Garrett is not very good. I think you don't have a running back. You don't have a wide receiver one, and I don't think that just picking wide receiver one would fix that. We're obviously. I think we're gonna go much more deeper into like who the Browns should pick. I think we're all gonna do mock drafts for our own teams, and
Uh-huh.
then also just do like a top 10. I think that's what I landed on. That's what we should do.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean Miles Garrett. I mean obviously Abdul Carter's gonna fall to 32, and we'll pick him up. That's gonna happen. He's hurt.
Yeah. I think you'll fall out of the top 5, top 10.
I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I think whatever team gets him past the second or third spot are getting an absolute steal in the draft.
Oh yeah.
So I think. eh, Would you? Who do you want? Do you want Ward or Shador more?
Honestly, I think would fit us more than Shador.
I don't know.
But I feel like
I think
Shador is the better quarterback.
really.
Yeah.
I
Ma-
think Ward is the better quarterback, but I saw somebody comp him to Deshaun Watson, and I was like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. When you watch Prime Deshaun and you watch Ward, they are very similar. They basically they move. They're very good improvisers. They really try to fit windows that aren't always there. Like Ward had some bad interceptions, even against like he had one awful. He saw a window like it was there for a second against the Cal Bears, and this is just a random example. He tried to fit it in, bad pick. I feel like he and Prime Deshaun give you a lot of the same thing. And I saw people like comping Shador is a very different type of quarterback. Like some other things, they have a. Do you know their accuracy difference?
no.
So on deep balls past 20 yards, Shador averages I think 77, and he also averages 77% on intermediate throws, and Ward is at 70% on both of those. So, and a couple other things on those, Cam Ward is on those deep and intermediate balls. He's pressured 26% of the time, and Shador is pressured 40. I think it's 47 or 46% of his deep and intermediate throws.
That's cuz
I think
his
Shador. I
Shador's
know, but like
O-line is
that's like a
awful.
good thing for Shador.
Oh yeah.
Like I think Ward is similar to Prime Deshaun, and he has a good arm talent, and he's a good improviser, and he actually he almost it almost feels better when he's out of the pocket. Um, like you remember if you remember Prime Deshaun, if you got him running to one side, it just felt like when a play is broken down, he would be better. He was one of the best improvisers in the game. That's why he's so good because that's like one of the hardest skills you can have. And I feel like that's where Ward is the best too. When he's out of the pocket, I don't like when he's just standing in there. He he does the whole like nonchalant gimmick. But
Yeah.
I think obviously I don't again I just realized I got into Cam Ward versus Fedor talk. But we'll touch on it more. But I think you think on it. You look at the numbers, but I think either of them would be interesting for you. I think Ward is similar to Sean, where you maybe don't want to double up on similar talent. Like Deshaun is still there, and then Shador would give you a very different flavor of quarterback, like a different type,
Yeah.
which I think you guys maybe should do, but we'll see.
I Yep.
The draft combine is, I think it's some of
It
it.
was yesterday.
When does it end?
Or I think it's to this
It's
whole
today.
week.
When does it end? It ends because today was interior D lineman and edges. Like APR and Peoples from Tech were able to get their combine in.
Today was D line, linebackers. Tomorrow's D backs, tight ends, and then Saturday's QBs, wide receivers, running backs, and offensive line is Sunday.
Third.
Yep.
Do you have anything else you want to say about this report card? Actually, I guess I have to say one thing. Eagles, let's lock in and let's get that team travel and locker room. Let's put a little more money into that, please. Thank you. Everything else, I mean, I'm okay with everything else. Just let's get those up there and let's treat the families a little nicer.
It's
Then
fair.
we are. It's kind of shocking how bad the Chiefs locker room is as well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, a lot of these locker rooms are old.
Oh
The
yeah.
Broncos have an old locker room. The Jets have a shitty locker room. The Patriots have a shitty locker room.
Cardinals.
The Browns suck. Steelers suck. I'm like, can we just do the basic stuff and get like a good locker room, please? Like, come on,
Yeah.
let's lock it in. Lock it in, team. Did you hear the Patriots are the only team playing that doesn't have Wi-Fi?
Real?
And you know the funny thing?
What?
The Patriots ownership owns an airplane. What's it called? Company. So they use their airplanes. They're the only NFL team that actually owns their airplanes.
Damn.
And it's the only NFL team that doesn't have Wi-Fi. That is deep. That's insane. But yeah, it's tough. Well, let's try to improve some team travel, etc. I think they'll definitely look at it, especially the Eagles.
Yeah.
Just how do you see the Chiefs? Do you remember they graded really bad last year?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have it pulled up, but yeah, they had they improved on some spots, and I think we should as well. But
Yep.
that's all I got on NFL talk. Do you want to say anything else, or do you want to keep it rolling?
I'm all right.
Okay. The NBA, we were able to see some absolutely fantastic matchups with Luka catching fire in his last two games against the Nuggets and also against his old team, the Mavs. And my goodness, I've watched every game with Luka, and it is electric. They play tonight against the Timberwolves at 10:30, and that is going to be another absolutely amazing game. Anthony Edwards and Jaden Daniels and Naz Reid have been on absolute heaters. Julius Randle being hurt is actually a good thing. But speak on me. How do you feel about those Luka master classes of him finally getting his footing?
All I gotta say is that Luka had a triple double with 15 rebounds and 12
You know the
assists.
crazy thing too? That's a
What?
bad Luka game.
That is. He got 19
19,
points.
15, and that is a objectively bad Luka game. How do you let that guy go? Everyone knows that wasn't a great Luka game, and he's still that transformative. And you know what's also crazy? In all of his games, I think he has put up 25 stocks. You know what a stock is?
A stock? Nah. Yeah.
Steal and a block combined.
Not in NBA though. NBA
Yes,
team,
it's
no.
a steal and a block combined. He's put up 25 stocks in 4 games. That is effort on the defensive end.
He took
That
that
is
to
getting
heart.
steal. Exactly, man. I am just fired up. I'm obviously a Lakers fan because I love LeBron, but I really didn't think this team was going to do anything before they traded everybody. The DFS has been out of his mind. Austin Reeves, all-star push next year. Mark my words. And yeah, it is just there is a fire and spirit in this team that wasn't there
Connect's still
before.
a rookie
And it's
too.
fun to watch. Kennett, he's been shooting pretty bad, but again,
Yeah.
when Kennett's hitting his shots, it's just another level to this team. Dorian Finney-Smith, 40% on catch and shoot threes, and amazing defense.
Yeah.
LeBron has been transformative. LeBron is a top 10 player. I said he wasn't. The fact he's playing at all defensive level and is efficient. He had 16 points in the fourth quarter of this Mavs game.
Yeah, I
Like
saw that.
he's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. He's getting out running, getting these easy like lob passes from Luka. Just the effort he is to outrun everybody and to play unbelievable defense. It's shocking at his age. It's unheard of. We'll never see it again.
He also yammed on
Um,
someone the other day.
he, he he's still got hop.
Oh
He's
yeah.
the most one of the biggest talking points. Not a one big talking point for the Lakers going into this season is they don't have athletes. Like LeBron at 40 years old was still their best athlete, and he still is. But they just like who else is like that fast and can jump as high on the Lakers? There's nobody. Their second best athlete, I guess, is Jared Vanderbilt. Um, but yeah, it is so sick to see. I love the Lakers. They're cemented 3 in the West for me after the Nuggets and OKC, but I could see them beating them. They're scrappy on defense and their offense is transformative. On another, do you want to say anything else about the Lakers? Because I just kind of glazed how awesome they are. JJ Redick's amazing too. It is just I love it. I love it so much.
I think Bronny James needs to get on the floor more. That's all I gotta
Now
say.
that is the take. It is interesting that he doesn't even look like that bad of a pick for the 55th pick.
Yeah, he's
not even that
hooping
bad.
in G League.
In the G League. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's got he's averaging like 22 or something in the G
not
League.
even bad.
I think.
Like I like this if the game slows down enough for him, he can kind of be a Gabe Vincent like guy.
Yeah.
Gabe Vincent he's playing a lot better for the Lakers. But he's just going to be a dog on defense. He's around the same height as Bronny. And if Bronny shoots around 37% from 3 on a couple of attempts a game, that's an NBA player. That's just a role. That's a good role. That's a good role player off the bench, which is cool. I mean, you gotta find a career for yourself somehow, and that's the path. And so, but yeah, Bronny. Shout out Bronny.
I think Bryce is going to be the best.
Other teams in the West. It's interesting. I've seen some people break Bryce down. It seems he's more physically gifted than Bronny.
Yeah.
But it seems like he's not as basketball gifted as Bronny. Like he does not shoot the ball well. He's not exactly a great handler. He's an okay playmaker. He's good at defense. But Bronny always had great defense, like and great shooting throughout his entire like high school and even some of his college career before he got like the blood clots in his heart stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely, I'm a LeBron Glazer, so I follow Bryce a little bit, and he needs to turn up in college. I'll say that. But
isn't he going to Arizona?
Yeah, I think no. Let me see. Yeah,
I think it's Arizona.
Yeah, for a second.
Was that? Oh yeah.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, he is. He's going to Arizona.
He's gonna AZ.
It's gonna be fire.
I love Arizona. Mm-hmm. I like Arizona. I'm a big Arizona guy. Okay. Wemby. I don't think we talked about this. Blood clots in his arm. Yikes.
Right shoulder.
Yeah, right shoulder. It sucks.
If we had Ben here, he would have been able to describe every single term for y'all. He would have been.
He's a doctor.
He is a physical therapist, doctor. Same thing. He is labeled as doctor. He can become a doctor. And
yeah, he's gotten his
really well.
his program. Yeah.
Yeah.
First off, I wanna go over the human side of it first. Blood clots are scary.
Yeah.
Hope the human Wemby gets healthy on the human side, and hope this doesn't affect him long term. For the sports side, it is a little scary. Yeah. Like we did see Chris Bosh. His career was ended early because of blood clots. But we've also seen people like Asar Thompson very recently get blood clots last year, and he's hooping now. So, I mean, I'm hoping it's not a long-term thing, but more on that. I mean, Wemby's so good now that the Spurs were about to have to be in contention or contending going forward, and with him going down, they're going to get another draft pick, and that's a good thing. Like
Oh yeah.
they're not going to be able to tank anymore. This is kind of if you're looking at it from a strictly like was it light at the end of the tunnel, like silver lining. The Spurs are going to get a good draft pick this year, and they can get maybe one more young piece to put around Wemby or trade for a better one. Like they were able to get another asset this year, which they were probably not going to be able to do, which is a
Yeah.
good thing for the basketball side. But yeah, shout out Wemby, future goat.
Hope he gets better.
It would be the worst
Obviously.
what if ever if
Oh
he
yeah.
just stopped,
Oh yeah.
because he was guaranteed DPOY.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't a question.
He still might
He was
be.
going to. It's impossible. You have to remember you have to play a certain amount of games.
Yeah.
He did, yeah, exactly. I mean, they implemented that rule last year. You have to play 65 games. It's controversial. I don't know if I love it because it's about this defense player of the year. Because when we still played a lot of the year, it's going to go to someone else who I think is less deserving.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? It's probably Jaren Jackson Jr. or Evan Mobley. And it's kind of an interesting thing. Whoever gets it, their contract balloons.
Oh yeah.
Which is scary for both of those teams. Like, because it's almost, I understand, like, as a player, they're going to go for it. But if you're an organizational standpoint, like, I kind of want Jaren Jackson Jr. to get it more because I'm such a Cavs fan. I love Evan Mobley so much. He's my baby boy. Such a good prospect. He's so awesome. But if Mobley gets it, then it pigeonholes the Cavs much more. Like, they have to pay
Yeah.
Ty Jerome this year. They just might not be able to do that now. So I hope Jaren Jackson Jr. gets it so it gives more of his contract. And the Grizzlies have so many young guys, so they're fine. That's why Rudy makes so much money. You know that, right?
Yeah. Because he won like back-to-back DPOYs or something.
Yeah, he has so many. Yeah, no, he has like four. I think he has 4 or 5 defense player of the year.
Yeah.
Like he's a 0 on offense, but because he was so good at protecting the rim, he just kind of stacked up DPOYs. And yeah, that's why he makes so much fucking money, which he really shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's almost Nas Reed, except without him on the floor, might be better. I don't know, but do you want to talk anything else in the NBA?
Currently right now, Giannis has 17 rebounds, 19 points, and 6 assists.
Dog.
Jokic has 26, 14, and 9. Another easy triple-double for him.
Regular, non-impressive Jokic game.
A regular,
boring.
regular for him. You know,
I know.
Zion's
if it was anybody else except for Jokic, they would be winning MVP.
Oh yeah.
It's just the fact that it's Jokic that I think Jokic should be the MVP.
Oh yeah. Zion's currently got 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists at halftime against the Suns, which is tough for him.
Trey Murphy's cooking too.
Oh yeah.
I love Trey Murphy so much. He's so good.
Tyus Jones is the top performer for the Suns with 12.7 assists.
Tyus Jones should die.
And Mark Williams got 17 points, 12 rebounds. Pretty solid.
He's a dog.
Oh yeah.
Very good. Okay.
And then
do you want to run up the MLB more? Do you want to do the MLB, or do you want to talk about the Four Nations?
We can do the Four Nations. Yeah. And then we can wrap it up.
America low-key choked.
America did choke.
I understand Canada's like, this is their sport, but my goodness, that overtime period, we had like 5 good looks at it that were just not finished. Like, you got to finish it. The puck's just sitting in front of the net, and so close. And then the defensive breakdown on their goal, it was just so easy. It was disgusting.
It's just
good way to end.
Connor McDavid hits that 99.99%.
Oh my gosh! How do you let him get there?
Out of that time, out of the times, every time he hits that.
Yeah, exactly. How do you let him get there so easily?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Jordan Binnington for the Canadian goalkeeper, absolute dog.
Holy crap! My goodness,
Like the
he's the
last.
MVP of that game by
Oh
far.
yeah, he didn't even get the third. He didn't even. He got 2 stars. He didn't even get 3 stars. Brady
Oh,
could
he
pray.
literally,
Brady Kachuk got 3 stars.
bro, he literally like caught 3 pucks in that overtime
Exactly.
period. He caught them. He caught them like they were good looks. He went off, but
I think.
what are you gonna do?
I think it goes 3-2 and then 1, not 1-2-3. I'm gonna look it up. But
Or you,
But yeah, that game was insane.
it was a thick game. It was hype. Oh, I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, that's Canada's one sport, and they barely squeaked it out against us. We still own them at everything else.
Oh yeah.
Baseball, belt to ass. Basketball, belt to ass. Anything Olympics, belt to ass. They're good at like fucking like probably curling or something. Losers.
Yeah.
Go drink maple syrup.
So yeah, Connor McDavid got this was the best player in the game. Obviously, he hit the game-winning goal. How can you not give it to him?
Still huge, yeah.
Jordan Binnington, second best player, and then Brady Kachuk of the USA was the third star, and whatnot.
But I mean, hockey's awesome. I want
Oh
to. It's
yeah,
actually on my bucket list to go to an Admirals, a Capitals, and a Flyers game this year.
that's fire. Yeah,
The Flyers apparently is electric.
any
Shout out
hockey,
Zippy.
any
Zippy's
hockey game.
favorite sporting event ever is going to the Flyers games.
One of his top events, you said?
His favorite
Oh,
is the Flyers games because you have the rowdiness of Philly in that sort of just small environment where everybody is just screaming.
yeah.
It is. I mean, you remember the playoff game was insane.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that condensed to a small arena where everyone is like shoulder to shoulder, just and you just got people mollywopping each other. It is. I'm a big fan of hockey. I don't really watch a lot of regular season. Hopefully the Flyers can get in. They were close last year. But yeah, playoff hockey's sick. I watched the finals and I watched the semis. But
They are third worst team in the
yeah, I know.
in the Eastern Conference.
It's fine.
I mean, they're not that far from. I don't know how many.
Exactly.
I think it's 8 teams. There's no bye.
They were one game off last year.
Yeah, they are at 59, and they need 66 points. I don't know how many more games they have left. I think it's almost over.
Yeah,
Season
it is
might
gonna.
be
It's coming
over.
down to it.
Yeah,
What are
probably
you gonna
won't
do?
make it, but go Vegas. Obviously, best team in the league since 2017.
Yeah, they keep going. They're just the top.
Oh yeah, been dominating. Should have won in 2017. We just didn't have the. I mean, that Capitals team was absolutely insane, though. I cannot lie.
Yeah, there's still 22 games left, count.
Oh yeah.
So there's
There's a
it's
chance.
a slight.
There's a chance.
It's a slight chance. It's a slight
Yeah.
chance. They got to win a lot, but what are
Yeah.
you gonna do? Yeah, that's all I got on the NHL/Four Nations. Just hockey.
I'm gonna hop back over to basketball real quick. I saw that the Pistons were on a 8-game win streak.
Aiding them.
Yeah. Cade
Aiding
and
them
them
cooking.
balling out. They're now the
I mean,
6th seed right now.
Cade is really good.
Really good.
I see them very similar to the Pacers. Like in skill level, I think the Pacers are really good. They started using, like obviously Halliburton has not been himself.
Yeah.
But have you heard as much Halliburton slander recently?
What's that?
Have you heard as much Halliburton slander recently? It's gone
No.
down because they're using him differently. They're getting him going like towards the basket and then giving him the ball because they used to just let him basically just like just work his defender down to get around him. he's
Yeah.
for whatever reason lost a step physically. So now they're getting him off a screen or off a ghost screen, moving already, and it's improving the game so much. It's getting him to
Yeah.
the basketball. It's finding more passing lanes. So their offense is back up and running, which is a huge thing. And as for Detroit, yeah, Detroit is just disgusting.
Yeah.
Like it's such a insane difference when you put just good NBA players around Cade. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Like they just put good players around him. Not even
Yeah.
great. Just a bunch of good players. And
And that's why that modern day team is just Caden them.
it's I love Cade man. But shout out Malik Beasley. Like that dude's gonna get a payday.
Uh-huh.
Sar's playing good. I mean, they have so many guys, and they even missed out on Jaden Ivey this year, which is so sick, so crazy because he
Yeah.
was playing good. But yeah, they're gonna fight you on offense.
Don't forget
I
about
mean
Paul
on
Reed though.
defense. Yeah, B-ball Paul. I don't know how much he played.
He's got 33 games played, averaging
Oh, I know that.
4.2.
How many minutes per game?
9.
10.
9.
Yeah,
9.2.
basically nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, watch out if you ever get into a series with them. Isaiah Stewart is gonna fight you. Asar
Mhm.
Thompson is gonna lock you up. Cade Cunningham. I mean, it's gonna be so fun. Even Tobias Harris is playing fine. Simone Fontecchio. Who else do they have over there?
Jalen Duran.
Jalen Duren is he's fine. I'm not a Jalen Duren believer. What are you gonna do though? Yeah, Kate. Yeah, the Pistons
Yeah.
are so fun. I mean, there's I would say there's 7 teams in the East that are at least good. And then there's a drop off to mid and then
Yeah.
bad. There's 7 teams that are good.
Tyler Hero's just got to step up.
No, Bam has to step up. Tyler
That
Hero's doing everything he can.
that's true.
Bam Adebayo is refusing to implement. It's so upsetting because basically Bam Adebayo, you've seen him raise his level of play, to like taking more shots and being more imposing on the offensive end. The defense is always going to be there, but the last 2 years he's been content with just kind of existing on offense and taking a bunch of mid-range jumpers, which is not his game. And he just he needs to change mentality for offense. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Heat. I mean, the Heat are like the Hawks in my eyes. It's nothing. They're nothing crazy. But yeah,
Is this
that's
where we hop
all I
over
got on
to
the.
MLB
You
to
take
wrap it
this
up?
one away. I'll answer. I really I just don't. I wish I knew. I know nothing.
All
I have
right.
nothing.
So to wrap up our podcast for today, the two-man weave. MLB spring training kicked off 7 days ago, so exactly a week ago the Dodgers and the Cubs played. Dodgers lost, but it's okay, it doesn't matter. Spring training anyways. Mike Trout announced that he was going to move to right field for this season to prevent himself from being injured more. I think it'll help him out because center field is you have to go left, right, obviously back and forward. Like yeah, you have to control everything. You're the main guy. Right field, it's rarely ever hit there the ball. But he'll get less reps and he'll have more longevity that way. I think it's good for
Is that
him.
why he's getting hurt? Is that how he's getting hurt? Is on
I think
infield play?
it's not mainly infield play. It's probably because he's out there moving a lot with center field, so he's got to like move everywhere
Again,
basically.
I don't know much about baseball, but I have seen videos on people talking about the grades, and Mike Trout was on insane trajectory.
Yeah.
Like
He is literally the GOAT before
it's
Shohei.
crazy.
Before
It is
Shohei,
crazy.
he was ranked number 1 on MLB's top 100 for like 5 straight seasons. Even when he was injured, he was still after he was out for a year, he was still ranked number 1. because he's that good. He is that guy. And
Does it suck that he's on the Angels and has never really played insane like levels of baseball?
yeah, I think he needs to move on. Like, yeah, the loyalty is there, but if he wants to win, he's got to move he's got to go. They've got to ship him off, you know.
Where would be like a place that actually could get him realistically?
Dodgers is one of the top.
No way.
Dodgers is top.
How?
There's been, because he likes LA. He likes California. He loves LA for sure. And he loves Shohei.
How do they have the money?
Deferred contracts? You know? I don't know. Deferred contracts, obviously. I mean, there's not really much of a salary cap. Like, yeah, there's obviously you don't want to go over like a threshold, but like, you know, Mike Trout's getting up in age, you know? He's like in his 40s? No, not 40s. I don't know.
No, he's not.
He's like early 30s, maybe. Mid 30s.
That's not right. I'm looking at
Um
Mike Trout is 33.
Yeah, he's 33. It's getting a little bit too old. He can still play. I see him being a DH in a few years. But LA Dodgers would be one of them. I'd see him. I don't really see him anywhere else. Maybe no, because Philly would be a bad option for him. No, he likes Philly though. Yeah, I see Philly as well being an option for him.
What would a trade package be?
Oh.
Because I'm thinking about that and like part of the realistic thing too.
Well, MLB trade packages are weird. You never know. But Angels, honestly, I feel like they just need to like get draft or like a young guy, young prospect. So probably like Rhett Lauder, a pitcher that y'all have, and like a draft pick or something. I would say in return, that would be a decent addition for the Angels. Dodgers, I don't know. They'd probably give him to us for free. Because we have a solid prospect. We have solid prospects that we can give up. Yeah. Maybe like Dustin May or something. A pitcher that'll get us going, you know, or that'll get them going. But they need pitching help. They just need overall help. Their offense has gotten a lot better. But it sucks for them because they have the contract of Anthony Rendon. It's like, I'll describe Anthony Rendon as like Deshaun Watson, but minus the allegations.
So he was really good.
He was really good.
He was really good and then got hurt and it's kind of been bad.
Really good. Got a really massive contract. Moved to LA. Or he signed a massive contract with another team. And has played, I don't think he's played a full season, and he's been on the team for like a solid since 2019 or since 2020. He's young, I'd say. I'm seeing it right now. Hold on, infielders. He is currently 34 years old, but he's been on the Angels since 2020. After almost an insane year. He was third in MVP voting for with the Nationals when they won the World Series. I don't know if you know know that. But Nationals won the World Series that year,
do know that.
2019.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Anthony Rendon was a dog. Was probably one of the best third basemen in the league at the time. And then fell off a cliff. I'm going to read you.
Does he still be good?
What?
Does he still have the ability to be good?
I think it's
Or is he just hurt?
I think it's injuries. Yeah. It's just injuries. But I'm going to read off his total games in all of his seasons, excluding 2020 because that was the 60-game season. 58 games. There's 162 games in an MLB season, by the way, mind you. 58 games in 2021.
Mm-hmm. I do not.
47 games in 2022.
Like nothing.
43 in 2023.
Jeez.
And 57 last season.
That's just sad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when you think about it.
Yeah.
But
Injuries
the Red
suck.
Sox,
I know it the most.
or the Angels, unfortunate for them because he was an insane talent, you know. For the Nationals, absolute dog. And now the Nationals suck, you know. Okay though for them.
Sucks. I mean, luckily at least they have the Commanders now.
They do have the Commanders now, yeah.
Because good gosh, I mean, the Nationals have kind of been carrying that sports city low key. Them and the Caps.
Yeah, the Capitals
they're
have been
big,
carrying more.
Yeah, much more. The Redskins have sucked for. I mean, I'm sorry, the Commanders / Redskins haven't really been good. Like they snuck into the playoffs on like a 9-8 because the entire NFC East sucked, and that was the only. I mean, it's just been sad.
Yeah.
But they got Jaden now, who is insane.
Oh yeah. Another MLB little news is ESPN's partnership is expiring with the MLB after this year. I've seen obviously positive pros and cons of this. Pros meaning like ESPN doesn't really talk about baseball, especially on like Stephen A. Smith, everybody, like all the analysts don't really talk about MLB like ever on ESPN. And then you have people that don't really watch ESPN on the regular, but know that ESPN is free, and if you don't have ESPN Plus, obviously, ESPN, you know, is one of the most popular sports channels of all time. And you got like Sunday Night Baseball, Monday Night Baseball. You can have ESPN Night Baseball any day of the week at that point. But most of there's usually MLB Sunday Night Baseball, usually every other week, every week or something like that. But I don't know. It's a rare dub from Rob Manfred, is what I've heard. From one of my trusted sources. Fuzzy. I don't know if you know him, but he's MLB. Usually he talks about the MLB a lot. He said that it was good for the MLB because ESPN doesn't talk about him or doesn't talk about us, and all that, and it's just better for us because we're kind of wasting money with ESPN kind of thing. I don't know.
I feel like, I don't know if you heard, just to bring it back to stuff I do know. TNT, or is it ABC, is finally losing their NBA rights.
Ooh.
And it's a good thing because their biggest problem with the NBA, I might make a video on it just because of how much hate the entire NBA gets for too many threes. People don't care. Everyone sucks. It's a lot of it is the broadcasting, how many commercials there are. Yeah, the product is fine. It's the broadcasting and the announcers that suck. And
Yeah.
I think if that's the same with the MLB, yeah, it's a good change.
I believe I saw somewhere that Joe Buck was coming back to MLB announcing. I'm not sure if that's real. I might just be lying out of my ass. But
I know who that is at least.
Joe Buck, legendary
Oh yeah,
commentator.
I know Joe Buck. Yeah.
He's amazing for MLB. Um, most commentate. He was. I think he called the Cubs win the World Series.
He called Brewers Yankees opening day game
Ooh,
10 days ago. Apparently,
did he? Did you look it up?
he's returning. He's
Yeah.
returning at least for the. I don't know if he's. I think he's returning. Yeah.
See, I know my knowledge. I remember stuff.
There you go. There you go.
See, yeah, Joe Buck, amazing. He loves baseball. I know he does some football. But he
People
loves.
that love the sport are so important.
Oh yeah, he loves baseball with his heart. I can't wait to watch games with him, because you'll have this legendary call, and then they'll just pan to the crowd noise because the crowd just gets so into it. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
To move on from that, because we're at about almost an hour, making good time for the two man.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, you remember the jerseys and the pants and all that. Remember all the name tags, the numbers, the see-through pants. You can see the ball or the bulges of the players.
Oh yeah.
They're back to normal. The MLB partnered back with Nike, and Fanatics, obviously, whatnot. They fixed it all. It's back to normal.
It's good. I mean, they're so cheap.
Oh yeah.
They were ripping every 2 seconds. It was so bad.
Yeah, literally Cody Bellinger pants ripped almost instantly. Jerseys, the names on the back were so small. They were curved so weirdly. Like D Smith or D Gordon. His last name is D Strange Gordon. Like it's Strange Gordon, Strange hyphenated Gordon. It was all along it was so massive, or it was like all along his jersey, and it was along his jersey and around like the back. It was so bad.
It's just not caring about it and just cheap. It's just not caring. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm glad they got it back to normal, or back to being better than last year.
And give them a little props, right? They only kept that for 1 year, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it's because it was awful. It was awful. They fixed it. It's what you like from a league, Try something.
Exactly.
Doesn't work, make it new.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm gonna talk more about MLB because I'm pretty sure, the ABS. We were talking about this earlier, with the first down markers and stuffs and like the little sky cam. The ABS replay system, I believe that's being implemented into the MLB for the regular season as well this year. I don't know. Do you mind looking that up for me while I yap?
Yeah, I got you.
But if you don't know what it is, pitchers, catchers, batters can challenge a call. So let's say, Angel Hernandez is behind the plate. He calls a ball, but it's right down the middle. Batter can tap his helmet, challenge the call, and if it'll show on the jumbotron if he made it right or not. Home plate umpire will announce it out to the crowd that it was a strike. Count resets, whatnot, with that being a strike, not a ball. And they had it in the AAA and minor leagues, which was amazing for them, because the minor leagues are kind of like the test subjects of the MLB. But
I have it whenever you're ready.
Yeah, Is it being implemented?
60% of spring training games will feature the ABS challenge system. The earliest that ABS challenges will take effect in regular season MLB games would be 2026.
Yeah, I assumed
So
that.
that's when they begin it. Yeah.
I assumed that it would be something like that, because I feel like, yeah, sometimes I think it's good for the league because, let's say final pitch of the game, it's obviously a ball, but the umpire calls it a strike because the umpire wants to go grab a beer at the bar. He just wants to go home, and then the batter challenges it, and it's a ball four, run comes in to score, and it's tie ball game and all that. I love that, honestly. Um, Obviously you have the pitch clock, so it's not gonna make the game last forever. Um, but you know, I think it's good for the league. We've seen it in AAA in minor league games. So we should be MLB should be implementing that next year, as y'all heard. But I think it's great. Ellie De La Cruz hit 2 home runs in his spring training debut, which was really great from both sides of the plate too, which is impressive because switch hitters are usually more dominant on one side of the plate and not both. You know.
Is switch hitting like, is that actually viable, or is it just like, because I've seen different takes online on like just skit people, like making fun of people that switch hit, like they maybe could get contact, but there's no reason you'd ever switch hit. You'd hit with your dominant side. Is there anybody in the MLB that actually switch hits legitimately, like
Um,
effectively?
there's a lot of players that like are deemed a switch hitter because usually anybody can be a switch hitter, obviously, but if you're good at it in the MLB, like obviously in the spring training, you want to try it out. Go ahead. It's spring training. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect your stats. It doesn't affect your, like, if you're a star in the MLB, it doesn't really affect anything. Obviously, just don't get hurt. Um, but switch hitting, obviously, you got guys. You're gonna want to go with your dominant hand or your dominant side when the game is like crunch time. But like when it's just a normal game, usually if it's a right-handed pitcher, you go lefty. If it's a left-handed pitcher, you go righty. Depending on how your splits are, cuz like I know some switch hitters against lefties, they're better as a lefty against lefties. And same and vice versa with the righties and right-handed, right whatever. You know? So it all just depends on the player, but there's definitely true switch hitters in the league. I know I think Francisco Lindor is a switch hitter as well. Um but I think he has a more dominant side. But I think Ellie De La Cruz is probably one of the more rarer cases where he's good at both, you know?
Yep.
Um but yeah. I think Jose Ramirez might be a switch hitter. I don't know. Who knows? Um but yeah. The Cubs are currently undefeated in spring training. They're 6-0. The Rockies are 6-1. They're a team to beat, or they're a team to look out for in the NL West. Um if y'all want some betting advice, don't bet responsibly, obviously. But
Do bet responsibly.
obviously I am not responsible for any of y'all's losses. Do not come at me. But I will say the Colorado Rockies and the Oakland Athletics over in their win total is a lock. guarantee it. The Rockies are looking dominant. The Athletics, I think their win total is at 59, which is insane because they're a really good team. I think they're not gonna make a playoff push, kind of good, but they're gonna get at least 70 wins. They're gonna make a statement this year, and especially they're in Vegas, so I don't know where they're playing. I think they're playing in some sort of. I think they're playing in the Las Vegas Aces Stadium, which is in Vegas or in Nevada somewhere. But it's gonna be fun. The Dodgers are 2-6 in spring training, but it's spring training. I'm not worried. They're still an insane team. Like the Yankees are 2-3, the Mets are 2-4. Red Sox are 2-3, but they're good on paper. Guardians are 1-5. They were the 3 seed in the AL last year. They won their division, obviously. AL Central's not that hard. AL Central's like the AL East or the NFC East of baseball. Angels are doing good. Reds are gonna do good, especially with I think the Reds are gonna be a possible playoff team. Obviously, I don't want to yap too much on baseball. We can do our predictions next week with Ben. And I think we did a good on this 2-man weave. I think it's time we about wrap it up. Anything else from you today?
No, I'm chilling. I'm probably gonna go watch that Timberwolves. Timberwolves. What's it called? I'm tripping.
Lakers
game.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm chilling.
New episode of
before we get out?
New episode of
Severance.
Yeah.
Comes out tomorrow.
New episode of Severance comes out tonight at midnight.
Oh yeah. I forgot it. Yeah, I guess it changes days. But it's absolutely fire.
I will say it's a really good show. I love it. I'm not a show watcher or a movie watcher, but I will say it's a really good show. I love it.
Yeah, we could probably do a little segment on it when it's done.
Yeah. Of course. It'll be like.
Do you got anything else?
It'll be like in a year probably, but it's okay.
I mean, we could just do like season end up.
Oh yeah.
It's probably only gonna have like 2 more.
True.
Okay. You got anything else, or are we out of here?
I think that's about it for me.
Okay. Hope everybody enjoyed this episode of the TasteBuds Podcast. And as always, remember to have a very tasty day.